about that? All right, let's get going. Let's get going. Ready? Steady, go. Breathe. All right. Let's do a few of the breath of joys. That'll get us going. So it's inhale, 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 ha. So you're taking, Nora was asking me a question about this, about an inhale and inhale, repeating the inhale before doing the exhale. It can be very energizing. If it's too much, then you can do inhale, exhale, inhale. And you guys should be saying it so loud it comes through the mute button. Got that? And if you want to stand for this one, you can too. Inhale, 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 ha. Inhale, inhale, inhale. It's a lot of inhaling. Ha! Really let it out. Inhale, 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 swing it back. Ha! One more, just because it's fun. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Ha! All right. See how that gets your energy going? If you're ever feeling low energy, just do a few breaths of joys and it will spark it up for you. Let's take our arms and our hands and kind of make circles here. And go for whatever intuitively works for you in terms of the direction. And then we're going to reverse it. Reversing is harder for me. Notice if it's harder for you. And I notice that one arm is going a little bit slower than the others, trying to catch up there. Just notice that. And then reverse it again. Yes, you can go fast and you can go slow. And then reverse that and let it go. Let that go. And then think super tall and swing your arms upward. And let's make a circle. So trace the energy of the earth down and up and around. Here we go. Down and to the side and up. And notice how your back feels as you do this. If it's too much movement, do a little less if your back feels strained in any way. And let's reverse that circle. So now you're going counterclockwise. Feel the weight in your feet as you move down and notice how it lightens up as you move up. And lift your arms skyward, relax your shoulders down. Take your arms in a V. That's it. Lengthen to each corner of the room. Relax your shoulders. Let's lower the right arm down. Take a side bend towards the right. Pull the arm back and lengthen it once again. Pull it back and reach it. Maybe reach it long, 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 long. Maybe lift the bottom arm, but push down through your feet. Don't want to fall off the chair when we're leaning this way. Press down, rise up, hands at the heart. That's it. Circle your shoulders around and about and reverse it. Lifting now the right arm, pull the elbow back a little bit and then lengthen towards the left. Pull it back and lengthen through the arm. Reach, reach, reach. Notice if you feel lighter on your right hip and press it down. That'll increase the stretch a little bit. Maybe you lift the bottom arm. It's always a maybe. Pull the belly in and up and lift tall. Woo! Hands at the heart. Hands at the heart, where the real knowledge resides, right? Press your palms away. Interlace fingers. And then take your hands to the top of your thighs, round your spine, curl. Chin towards chest, lean back. Inhale, lift up, make a V. Breathe in and breathe out. Exhale, curl it. Round that spine, feel your shoulder blades spreading. Inhale, lift up, take your sitting bones back and your heart skyward. There you go, round it. Big beach ball, getting ready for the beach. And lift it up. Make your V, relax your shoulders on your back. Spread your fingers. And release your arms down. Okay, let's do a version of triangle pose in the chair. So you're going to extend your right leg out to the side and situate yourself so that your left hip is on the chair and your right hip is almost off the chair. Unless you don't feel balanced. If for some reason it doesn't feel right to you, then keep both hips on the chair and you might not take your leg quite as out to the side. And some of you are standing, and if you know triangle, you go for it. You go for it. So we're lifting tall. You might even imagine that you have a block on the top of your head and it's not going to fall. Okay, now this is not easy, but I'm just showing you what I mean. Oh, some of you are doing it. If you imagine that you have a block on your head and notice how you have to lift up into the block. If you lean forward, that block is falling forward. If you lean back, that block is falling back. So it's a nice way to lengthen through each vertebrae. And let's breathe here. Breathe in and breathe out. I love it. I love it. You guys are checking it out. You could use a book if you don't have a block. I'm amazed by how many people keep this on their head while they're moving. That isn't going to be me. Now make sure the block, when it drops, it doesn't hurt you. So you can either take it off. It is going to fall now. We're going to take our arms out to the side. So it's going to fall because we're going to do a side bend. Here we go, block falls. And then we tilt towards the long leg. What I like about that exercise is that it helps you realize when your head is straight up. Because if it's not, block is gonna topple. And let's inhale and rise up. Good. Take your arms in front of you, elbows bent. Open it up. Tilt downward. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hold the belly in and up. Take your top arm, your left arm, bring it forward. And then I want you to imagine that there's ice cream over there and you want your pinky to get at it. So you're going to scoop the ice cream with your pinky and then put it in your mouth. Let's do that again. Arm is forward. Sweep it across. Ooh, what's your favorite ice cream? Take a little taste of it. Bring the arm back up. Push down, rise up. Ice cream must be on my mind. That's because it's almost summer solstice. We got a little bit to go. Okay, release your arm and point your toes on your right foot away from you. And then pull them towards you. And notice the sensation. Point the foot and flex it and pull it towards you and spread your toes. Now, when you push your heel down into the earth, if you touch your muscles, you'll notice they're activating. So push your heel down and pull it towards you. Could we keep this all the time? That would be tiring and tightening, so we don't want to do that. Go ahead now and point it, but it is helping to build strength. So we do want to do it some of the time. Pull the toes towards you, spread them. Inhale, arms into T, fingertips behind head. The ice cream is no longer there. Otherwise, it would get all over us. I want you to imagine the block is on top of your head. Push down now through your left foot. Really strong. Push the foot down. Feel the heel and the toe pads. Lean towards your right. Left elbows up, right elbows down. Breathe in. Breathe out. By the way, you might put just one fingertip behind your head, maybe one hand and not the other one. Do what's comfortable for you. Press down now through the left foot. Rise up. There we go. Let's bend the knee and bring it so that the heel is underneath the knee. Now push the pads of the foot, the toe pads down and the heel down. Activate that foot. Feel the arch lift. Inhale, lift the toes on both feet, and exhale and lower the toes down, push them down. Inhale, they rise and spread. Imagine that they're like petals on a flower opening up. Very dramatic for the toes. And then push the toes down. Forearm to the thigh. Shoulder, left shoulder stacking over right. Let's circle this arm around and about. That's your left arm. Elbows circling around and about. And then press through your thighs to come on up. And maybe you take that block that was on top of your head and you put it in front of you. And then you're sitting tall and you're going to lean forward. So you're hinging from your hips. Sitting bones go back. Hands go to the block. So we're leaning on the block, but our heart is moving forward. Breathe in and breathe out. Keep your right hand on the block. Take your left arm out to the side and gaze towards your fingertips. Then exhale, bring the palm down and switch it up. Left hand's down, right arm reaches high, or it can be at your hip. It really can be at your hip, and you get the same twist right here. And then bring the hand back down. Lengthen, take your hands to your thighs. Feel the crown of your head go towards the corner of the room. At least for me, it's going towards the corner of the room because I'm at a slant right here. Then, as you push your thighs down with your palms, round your spine, you're like in cat pose. And then curl the other way, shoulder blades come on the back, crown of the head moving forward. Exhale, we round. Inhale, we lengthen forward. We're going to push down through our feet, rise up, and bring the right foot to meet the left. We got the other side. So extending now the left leg. The left leg. It's going wide and long, and we're tall. And you can put that block back on there if you've got it one. If not, you're imagining that there's something on top of your head and it's not going to fall. And you breathe. Take a few breaths here. Breathe in and breathe out. Notice how you just have to keep thinking upwards. Breathe in and breathe out. And you feel this lift from the inside up. This breathing from the inside up. Yeah, it's not easy. It might tip, but who cares, right? Like, this is all in fun. Somebody walked in your room now, they'd be like, what are they doing? It's okay. All right, here it goes. It's going to fall. Take your arms wide, spread your fingers. Feel your shoulder blades on your back. Okay, block's going to fall. Here we go. Down towards the long leg. Down towards the long leg. Now, take the right arm forward. And then, like you're going to reach for somebody's hand, but don't fall off the chair. And then keep the arm long and pull your shoulder back. Now we're going to sweep it across and have some ice cream. Your other favorite kind of ice cream. Pinkies on it. And then have a taste. Bring the arm back up, reach it forward, sweep it across, have another taste, lift the arm. Good, one more time. Arm is forward, sweep it, and we're gonna push down, rise up. We're tall again, like we have the block on top of our head. Point your foot away and pull the toes towards you. Spread them wildly. You can imagine space between each one. You do not need to look at it. Feel it. Doesn't matter whether they're spreading or not, but really feel it. I just felt my pinky go to the side a little bit. I'm not sure I would have felt that if I was staring at it. So really, what we're trying to do is tune into the sensations here. Hands behind the head. One or both. Lean your head slightly back into your fingertips and tilt down. Tilt down. Breathe in and breathe out. Press down through this standing leg. This is the right foot. Push the toe pads down, push the heel down, feel activity in the foot and up through the leg, rise up. That's it. Drag your heel back in and situate yourself. Put the block in between your thighs. Throw your shoulders up and back and roll them around. We're going to lean forward, push our thighs down with our palms. Sitting bones are back. Roll your shoulders up and back. Lowering down your left hand, lift your right arm up. Reach up, look, gaze up. Exhale, lower it down. Other side. Inhaling. Left arm rises. Notice if you feel a stretch in your inner thighs as you do this, and lower it down. Hands to the hips. Lift up. Bring the leg back in. Bring it back in. We're going to do a little bit of fast movement with the feet and the legs. So here it goes. Open up the right out to the side, the left out to the side. Bring it right back in and left back in. Open it up. Bring it on in. Yep, you got it. Are you breathing? Breathe in. Breathe out. We can add the arms. There we go. Just to get some moving going here. And hands at the hips. Lean forward. Take your hands down your legs. Release your jaw. Let the jaw say no gently, turning your head and your neck muscles towards the right. So neck muscles are working, not head. Turn the nose back to center. Gaze towards your left and back to center. Inhale, hands to hips. Press down, rise up. Lifting the right knee. We're tall, that blocks on top of our head again. And cross the ankle over the knee or thigh. Warming up the hip. If your hips are feeling tight, then stack a few blocks so that you don't have to lift your foot up all the way. Something like this, or bring it on up. Bring it on up. Then put your fingers in between your toes because you can, and it's a great thing to do. And then circle the ankle. Give it a nice circle one way and then the other. Notice if you're feeling any stretch in your hip. I'm not yet, so I'm going to lean forward. If you are, you stay right where you're at because you're getting a stretch right now. For those of you who aren't feeling it, start to come forward, breathe in and breathe out, and stop when you start to feel sensation. Your head is lengthening forward, just like you had a block on your head, but you were reaching forward so it wouldn't fall off. Your neck is in line with your heart spine. Breathe it in and breathe it out. Breath is in and breath is out. Push down through the standing leg, rise up. Now, take your leg up and hold it like it's a baby and bring it side to side like it's a baby. There you go. Your favorite baby, your grandchild, your niece, your nephew. Pull the knee back, and then it's like you're making a half circle. That's it. And now let's hold it here and notice how you feel. The spine is tall and this leg is heavy, right? It's like lifting weights. Breathe in and breathe out. And breath is in and breath is out. We're going to release the leg and push the heel forward. Interlace your fingers underneath the thigh. And you can lower the heel down or keep it up. We're tall. We're very tall. We've got that block on top of our head. Then pull the knee back in. Take your hand to a shin and maybe one hand to the thigh and rock it once again. Opening up, juicing up the hip. Notice the sensation that you feel as you do this. And then interlace your fingers. You're pushing your palm into your thigh and thigh into your palm as you stretch the heel forward like you're going to push into a wall or into somebody's hand. Grow tall, even if the foot is down, grow tall. Then pull the knee back in and lower it down. There you go. Other side. Lifting the left knee, give it a big hug in, and decide whether you're putting the foot on blocks or an ottoman or another chair. If the knee's going out towards the side, or go ahead and lift it up and place it on your right thigh. Fingers interlace in between toes. You may not get all your fingers in there because it can be tight. Especially if toes are moving towards the side. So maybe you only do 1 or 2 fingers in between toes. This is a very good thing to do. Either that or those toe separators are really, 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 really good. We lift tall. And then we're going to feel whether we have sensation. If we don't, we're going to gently press our left hand into the thigh and lean forward. Spine is long, vision is forward. And slightly downward. And breathe in. And breathe out. You get to make adjustments. You can move a little bit more forward. You can stay where you're at, or you can back off. You get to make that decision. Take a full breath in through your nose. And a full breath out through your nose. Keep your hands on the foot, your hands on the thigh. We're going to lift the leg up. And I like to actually take my hand underneath, but do where you can get a hold of it. And then we're going to rock the baby. Rock the baby. Give it tender, loving care. As we open up, you might feel a little something in the inner thigh here. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then interlace your fingers underneath the thigh. Push the thigh into the hands and the hands into the thigh. And you can lower the leg down or keep it high. Then we're going to pull it on in. Give it a hug. Maybe rock the baby a little bit more. And then press the foot away. Keep yourself tall as you press away because the tendency is to lean back. Try to stay forward and pull the knee in, lower it down and lower it down. All right, we're going to move towards the earth. So bring your block, your strap, and You're going to move your chair and maybe a blanket to come on down. Maybe a blanket to lower on down. Find your way down safely. This is where it's really nice to have the chair against the wall. See, if I could have my way, you guys would all be next to a wall or a counter or something. But the wall would be awesome. And then we're going to take our hands to the seat because I know it's safe for you and because we could use it as a prop. It's a great prop. Slowly lower down. Remove the chair. I'm going to move it out of the way so you don't have to look at it while we are working. Making a little racket there. Okay. And let's start on hands and knees. And if you have tender knees, put the blanket down underneath your knees. And then knees are about hip distance apart and walk your palms forward. If you have sore wrists, consider putting your hands on softer blocks like this or a rolled yoga mat underneath your wrists like this. The more we do this, our hands get stronger, which is super important. But I don't want you to be in pain while you're doing that. So you want to soften it up as much as you can. You also could have a blanket, something like this, and have your wrists on the blanket, but your fingers off of it. I just want you to be able to see this. It would be like this. And this would be fine too, instead of the rolled yoga mat. So knees are underneath hips. Let's rock forward and back so we get some weight bearing. So you don't need to do this. If you don't have sore wrists, then don't do it. You might as well push your hands down into the mat and get some strength. And imagine that you're drinking energy from the earth up through your arm bones. So it's like your fingers are slurping it up like straws from the earth. Then we're going to round our spine like the cat, chin to chest. And then we're going to reverse it. Belly swoops down, heart rising. And then let's lean back towards our hips, but not all the way. And then come back up again. Let's do that one more time. Round the spine, chin to chest. Reverse it. Sitting bones rise, heart rises. Pull back, hips towards heels. Lift it up. Lift it up. Now we're going to go for some push-ups. You ready for that? So we're going to round the spine like cat, reverse it like cow, come forward into table, pull your belly in and up, bend your elbows lower down about 2 inches, feel your shoulder blades on your back, press down, rise up, and pull back. So we've added in a push-up here. One more time. Lean forward, round the spine, feel your belly pull up, 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 up. Reverse it, belly swoops down, heart and hips rise. Come to table. In table, your shoulder blades are on your back. It's more of a straight spine. You can feel your shoulder blades come onto your back. You feel your belly tone. A nice way to feel the belly tone is to pull the ribs up a little bit. Bend your elbows, lower down a little bit, and then press up. And let's take a little break and circle the wrists around. Oh yeah, I see some of you. You guys are really strong. Very, very strong. What do you think about working on a little plank today? Because you guys are so strong. Let's flick the hands. Make sure you're warming up the wrists. And then maybe you take one hand in front of the other and push into it. And then give some traction to your fingers. So hug your thumb and then pull it back gently. And then hug your pointer finger, index finger, and pull it back gently. Woo! There's some tightness there. Hug your middle finger, pull it back. You can spread your fingers while you do this. You'll feel this. Now do your ring finger and your pinky. Shake it out. Other side. So first, put your hand in front of the right hand, left in front of right. Push away. Push away so you're feeling your own strength. You might see a little bit of shaking. I'm seeing a little shaking. Then hug your thumb. Pull it back. Index finger, hug it. Pull it back. Make sure you're breathing as you do this. Send breath to all these areas in your body. And then middle. And then index. And then pinky. And here we go. You have a choice for plank. You can come down onto your palms, or you can have your elbows down underneath about underneath your shoulders, slightly forward. I'll show you what I mean. So here we are. We're either in plank. Now, you guys decide if you want. Some of you are like show-offs and might take your knees up, and some of you might keep them down. So that's hands down. You also could have elbows down and maybe even interlace your fingers. So you're karate chopping the earth with the pinky side of your hand. And here we are. Walk our knees back a little bit. And you decide maybe you lift one knee and then the other, and then lower one down and then the other. That's kind of a fun thing to do. Or you just stay in plank with knees down. And then we have our mighty ones, and they might lift their knees up. Everybody's mighty though. And belly's pulling in and up. And then release. Take a break. I'm going to come onto the hands for this one. You can also switch it up. So we're strengthening different parts. This is so good for weight bearing, strengthening our bones. So here's on our palms, press the finger pads in, just like you press your toe pads down, press your finger pads down. Make sure you're pressing the pointer finger knuckle down. Walk the knees back, and then maybe lift one knee, maybe lift the other, push out through the heel, maybe lift both. Maybe keep knees down. That's probably the preferred way, huh? Belly pulls in and up. So good for strengthening. We're going to come down onto our bellies. So you're going to slowly lower down onto your bellies. You can keep the blanket underneath your rib cage if you like, or you can move it out of the way. A lot of people like that blanket underneath their ribs and their pelvis. It helps their lower back. So you could consider that. And if you have any questions about it, I can show you after class too. We're going to lower down. And then let's play with relaxing our forehead on the back of our hands. And we're going to lift one foot and then the other. So we're going to start there. So take some breath in and breath out. In through the nose, out through the nose. In through the nose and out through the nose. Lift your right heel, circle the ankle. Ooh, crackle, crackle. Circle it the other way. And then lower it down. And then pull the heel back in towards you. Stop if you start to feel a cramp and let it go. And then pull in and up once again towards your buttocks. And then release it. Next time you pull it up, heel comes in, lift your thigh off the earth, tone your hip. So we got a little bit of pulsing, footprint towards sky. Footprint towards sky. Lifting thigh. Breathe in. And breathe out. Lower the knee, lower the leg. Swish your hips right and left. Right and left. Come back to center. On your inhale, lift your left heel towards your buttocks. Circle the ankle around one way and then the other. Lower the heel down. Inhale, lift it up. Feel like you're pulling it towards your hip and then release it. One more time, bring it on in. This time, lift the thigh off the earth, perhaps. If it doesn't lift, don't worry about it. Feel a toning in your hip. Footprint is up towards the sky. It's not a big movement. It's a little movement. A little movement. Then release it. Let it go. Inhale, right leg lifts. Stretch it back. Feel a tone in your hip. A tone in your hip. Stretch your toes. Spread them wildly. Exhale, lower and down. Inhale, left leg lifts. Spread. Breathe in. And breathe out. Exhale, lower it down. Other side. Right leg lifts. Reach it back. Take your hands by your heart. Draw your shoulders up and back. Push down through your finger pad. Push down through your palms. Feel your shoulder blades on your back. The right leg is lifted just a teeny bit. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, left leg lifts. Roll your shoulders onto your back as you lift your heart. It's not going high up. Shoulder blades are on the back. Push down through your palms. Push down through that pointer finger knuckle. Super duper important. Exhale, release it down. Let's go for serpentine cobra. So your hands are by the side of your heart, even wider. And we're going to circle towards the right, back, around, and down. Some people call this drunken cobra. And then the other way. Reverse it. Drunken cobra. You got that? It feels like a little belly massage. And then reverse it one more time. And maybe we're going to come back to cobra. Push your fingertips down. Elbows are up. Shoulders up and back. Now you were toning our hips. We might pull our belly in and up. That's going to help our lower spine. So if you can, feel that. Breathe in, breathe out. Pull your belly in on that exhale. Maybe lift your fingertips up. You can keep the top of your legs down or lift them up. Breathe in and breathe out. Release down. Take a little break. I don't know about you, but I'm building a little bit of heat here. A little bit of heat. All right, we're going to push down through our palms. We're going to come into cobra because we never miss an opportunity for cobra. And then we're going to pull our bellies in and lift on up. Come on up. And let's play with camel pose. You can have a chair in front of you for camel pose. I see some planker takers, and that's great. You can always add planks in. You can always add some sun salutes in. If you know them, go for it. You might want to put a blanket underneath your knees. If you have a chair nearby, you might want to grab it because sometimes for camel, people like it. I'm just going to bring it over so you can see. You might not need it, but so really pad underneath your knees if you know they're sensitive. If this bothers you, please do bridge pose, which is on your back. They're really the same pose. Very quickly, bridge is this one where you're down on your back like that and you lift up. But I'm going to just show you camel. You're going to see they're the same shape. Okay, we're on our knees. And then you might take a block and put it in between your thighs and hug it. So here we are, hugging our block, toning our hips. Some people do this standing. It's not really camel at that pose, but it's a little back bend. But we're doing it on our knees, shoulders up and back, hugging block, toning belly. All that stuff is going on so that we don't dump into the lower back. Ribs are moving back. Then shoulders move up and back. Imagine you have a string, or I've got this zipper pull, and it's reaching up towards the sky. That's the back bend and why it looks like bridge. Let's show that again. Now, if you don't want your hands, or maybe you want one hand on the chair, you could have one hand at the hip or one hand behind the head. So this is what this looks like with hand behind head. Elbow forward, head pushing back into hand. Hand is not pushing head forward. Looks like this. Lifting heart, elbow upwards. Breathe in, stretch the belly, and rise back up. How's that? It's opening up your heart. Now, if you feel okay to put both hands behind your head and you feel balanced, you can do it. Now, I'm going to show it. If you can keep the block in, because it gives you some stability not to dump here, but if you'd like to release it and see how it is, you can do that as long as you don't feel lower back pain. So here we are, hugging block, and then either both hands are on the chair or maybe hands behind head, elbows forward, push head into palms as you lift heart towards the sky. This is a back bend that looks just like bridge, except the hands are down. And then rise back up. Make sure you're really breathing in your camel pose. You want to really breathe. We'll do it one more time because 3 is a charm. Here we go. Shoulders up and back. Lifting heart. Support your head. If that feels right to you, we don't want to drop that neck back. Don't do it. And lifting heart. Elbows up. Take a big breath in. If you forget to breathe, you might get dizzy. Breathe in. Breathe out. And rise back up. Awesome. I'm going to remove this chair. And we will move towards some stretching poses. How about that? So on your seat, you can sit on a blanket and have a strap nearby. And we want to sit on that blanket because our hips are going to round if we don't. Maybe 1 or 2 blankets, and we'll start in our butterflies. Feet together, knees apart. You might support your knees with blocks underneath. Knees love that support, and then it helps you to open up your thighs a little bit more. But if your knees are up without it, it is okay, as long as you don't feel any strain. Then we're going to grow tall like we had a block on top of our head. And same kind of deal here. Ooh, a little harder down here. A little harder. Let's see. We're going to breathe in. And we're going to breathe out. I see I got some takers doing the block. It's a hit. It's a hit. Lift tall. Breathe in. Breathe out through the nose. All right, we're going to lean forward. Don't drop the block on your toes. Whoops. Hands are on the ankles or the shins. And lean forward till you feel a little bit of a stretch and then stop. And take a breath in. And a breath out. And a breath in. And a breath out. Long spine. Now keep thinking about angling your sit bones back. As you angle your sit bones back, you're going to feel your inner thigh stretch a little bit more. And you might feel a little bit of lengthening through the lower spine as well. Let's rise on up, and we are going to do versions of called half Lord of the Fishes or Ardha Matsyendrasana. So right knee is going to be bent. and the heel can come in towards you. And then the left foot's going to come forward inside the right shin or cross it over. So it's going to depend on your body. It's either here, we're lifting tall, we've got that block on our head so it's not going to fall, or outside. Either one. Then we're going to turn and twist towards the left. So I've got, actually you're thinking right, sorry. This is the right leg, this is the left leg, and we're going to twist towards the left. Here we go. Twist towards the left, neck, spine turns left. Open up that back shoulder, and then let's take about 3 to 5 breaths. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Breathe in and breathe out. Breath is in and breath is out. And then come back to center. And we'll do the other side. So now the left knee's bent forward or to the side a little bit, and the right foot is coming to the inside or the outside. Now, if this is really tough to bring this leg, you can have it out here too. It's a little bit different stretch, but it's okay to have it out there. Or you could straighten this leg. There's all options. These are all yoga poses, every single one of them. It's an option. I'm just showing this pose today as a focus. It's called Ardha Matsyendrasana, or translated into half Lord of the Fishes. Is it important for you to know that? Probably not. Hands in front of the shin, we lift tall, just like we had that block on top of our head. Or foot is outside of the thigh. Then we're going to find our twist. Hands on the shin, fingertips are back, neck muscles turn the head towards the right. Breathe in and breathe out, and breath is in and breath is out. Release it, shake it out. I'm going to remove this blanket. You might want to keep it and have it so you can put it behind your head. But let's take our hands behind our hips and do a little swishing of the knees right and left. So swish them. You're just supporting yourself. Beautiful. Right and left. Very nice. Come back to center. We'll slowly lower on down. So you're walking your hands back. There's a few of you who might want to do a reverse table on the way back. If you'd like to, you certainly don't have to. I don't introduce it a lot, but we were playing in one of my classes and people remembered, oh, I can do that. You don't want to drop your head back in this one. I see one of you doing it. So reverse table looks like this. It looks like this. The hips are rising. Don't dump your head back. And then exhale and lower down. It's a nice weight bearing. It's a nice way to open up the shoulders. Is it absolutely necessary? Absolutely not. One more time if you want to do it on the way down. So we're lifting hips up. And then you might take a breath or two and then exhale, lower down. And let's come down onto our backs. Keep the strap with you, maybe a blanket for under your head. And here we are. And we're going to bring the right knee in towards us. And then we're going to pull the knee towards our shoulder. This is half happy baby. You can stay right here if you're getting a stretch, or maybe you lengthen the left leg away from you. Now, some of you who have really open hips might turn the shin so it's more, actually it's right over the hip, and it's, we could call it parallel with the floor, but you're moving that way, you're pushing the thigh, but this is also wonderful, pulling the knee in towards you. Be really sweet to your knees. You may flex the foot. You can use both hands and pull the shin down towards you, maybe a little bit of pulsing. If this is too much, bend your knee and place that footprint down. And then maybe stretch your leg up towards the sky. Interlace your fingers behind your thigh. This is where you might want a little blanket under your head. If your head is tilting back like that, you want to put a little blanket right about here on your head, so the top third of it, so it doesn't tilt back. So we're interlacing fingers behind thigh and push the thigh away as you press the heel up. That's a nice stretch for behind the leg. And then spread your toes. So this is a nice stretch for the back of the leg. Breathe in and breathe out. Then we're going to take our hands by our side, push your ribs down into the mat, and then slowly lower your leg down. Stop if you feel lower back pain and lift the leg back up. So you're going to go down as far as you can, keeping your ribs down towards the mat. And then maybe you pause right where it's just right for you. So it's above the floor. And if you have lower back pain, please lift that leg back up and bend the knee in. And we're going to lift the leg back up and place the foot down. We got the other side to do. Bend the left knee and pull it in towards you. Use your hands to pull the knee in. And you can play here a little bit. You might rock your baby like we were doing in the chair. So pulling the shin towards the right, the left shin towards the right, or not. And then the other option is to lengthen the bottom leg, and that will intensify the stretch as well. You have to ask yourself, do I need more, or am I just right with the stretch I have at this moment? Then you might pulse your knee in towards your shoulder a little bit. As you breathe in, if it's too much, bend the right knee and place the footprint down. Then we're going to interlace our fingers behind the left thigh and push the left thigh away. Now notice if your ribs have lifted up and push them down. Notice if this leg is tighter than the other leg. That's a good thing to know. No, you just know it needs a little bit more attention. Breathe in and breathe out. We're going to release our hands, push our ribs down towards the mat. That helps to tone our belly. Then we're going to slowly lower the left leg towards the earth. Stop if your lower back starts to hurt or if it rounds up. Keep pushing down with your ribs. Maybe you pause, holding it. You can bring it back in again and maybe do it again. So it's not about how long you hold it. It's about you listening to your body. We are building a little bit of core here. And then pause and feel and notice, can we lower a little bit? Do we need to lift it a bit? Let's bring both knees in towards us. Give it a big hug. Big hug. And then you can take your hands by your side or put them underneath your buttocks. We're going to bring our knees in and lift our hips skyward. Lift our legs skyward. Then, keeping your legs up, you might lower keeping your legs up at first. Footprints are up towards the sky. And tone your belly, so push your ribs down. Then, perhaps lower the right leg a little bit. Feel your belly tone. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale, leg comes back up. Let's do the other side. Left leg's down a little bit. This is working core. And inhale and lift it back up. Let's bring our knees in towards us. And we're gonna go into a twist. Knees in, let them drop towards the right and open up your arms into a T. Breathe in and out through the nose. You may turn your head with your neck muscles towards the left as your knees are to the right. Breathe in. And breathe out. You're trying to pin that opposite shoulder blade down. And then you may lift your left arm skyward and towards the right palm. And then open it back up. So you're back in a twist. Let's do that again. Lift the left arm up, take it towards the right palm, and lift it back up and lower it down. Feel your twist. Take a few breaths again in your twist. And then bring your knees up and let's do the other side. So let your knees go down now towards the left. Arms are in the T or cactus. Maybe you turn your head towards the right. We're going to take our right arm and bring it towards the left. And then open it back up into that twist. And inhale and palm towards palm. And lift it back up. And then find your twist and relax here. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breath is in. And breath is out. And then find your way to your final resting pose. You can put your feet up on a chair. You can put a bolster underneath your knees. You might lie down in butterfly pose. Do what's ever best for your body. What's your body calling for? What would it like to rest for just a few minutes so that you can let your body transition from this movement to a little bit of stillness back to carrying on with your day. Be right here with your breath, wherever you choose. Breathing in and breathing out. Relaxing your legs, your hips, your shoulders, your belly, your arms, relaxing your jaw, your eyes, your forehead, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, and breathe out. Stay wherever you are, or we'll rise to seated together. And you can do this lying down or seated or even standing. Take some breaths in and out. that are a little bit longer, to about 5 counts. 5 counts in, 5 counts on the exhale. And then think of something that brings you joy. Maybe something you're proud of or makes you laugh or smile. Doesn't have to be a big event. It could be something that just is internal for you, a brief moment where you had a little chuckle. And then feel that sensation in your body. Bring that emotion into your body. How does it feel? And then with that feeling, radiate it to everybody who's online with us now, and even those who aren't. So send out that energy, that joyful energy to others. And we'll bring our palms in front of our heart and know that you could do that exercise anytime in your day. Have a wonderful weekend. Namaste. Feel good, everyone.